Hi, this is Drutter, and it's July the 19th, 2011. Here we are midday in Vancouver, BC. This is the weather that we were getting. This is actually the weather that we've been getting since, let's see, May 1st, 2010. I remember it because it was the day after I planted my tomato crop last year, and they were absolutely decimated by wind, rain, hail, and a cold snap that had come after that warm 2010 spring. Remember the Winter Olympics in Vancouver last year, 2010 in February? It was so warm that all the snow had melted and there was nowhere for them to ski. They had to import snow from other places and fly it in helicopters and whatnot for the Olympic Games. We had a gorgeous spring. And that's typical for this area. We live on the coast of the Pacific Ocean. It's usually pretty mild here. Winters are quite nice. And then summers, yes, we do get some rain. Vancouver's known for having some rain. That is true, but the sun hasn't come out here in going on a year and a half. And the people in the area are getting quite pale. Quite pale. Fairly depressed as well. As you know, sunlight increases vitamin D and brings the mood up. Haven't had any sunlight here. It's been quite depressing. All the crops last year failed. The corn, a lot of the berries, and the other vegetable crops did very poorly or failed completely here. And as I said, my garden failed completely. Here's what we have so far this year. This is a tomato plant that's been growing for several months, but you know, this is the noonday sun. This is the noonday sun here in Vancouver. That's about as bright as it can get here. We've seen the sun a few times, on and off, never for a full day in a row, and the temperature's never gone up past, I don't know, low 20s, which is pretty darn cool for summertime. So we get some aphids and other pests that show up when the weather is unseasonably cool and wet. Look at the size of these poor guys. They're pathetic. You know, granted, these are organic tomatoes. I don't use any you know, Monsanto fertilizers or chemicals or anything. It's all done with just straight compost and you know, sustainable type heirloom seeds and whatnot. So, but you know, even so, I've had large crops out of this garden in previous years, and I know that something to do with the sun here. So, you know, I'm not trying to say that there's some kind of conspiracy going on to keep the weather cool in this area. I'm not trying to say that they're trying to hide the clouds of radioactivity rolling in off the ocean from Fukushima. No, they don't need cloud cover to do that. Radiation's invisible, and they've removed all the detectors in the area, so we have no idea how much radiation we're getting anymore. But what I am saying is it's been very unseasonably cool, dark, and damp for the past almost year and a half. And that's a little bit too long for me to consider it to be a coincidence. You know, a week of bad weather is like, oh damn, bad weather. A month of bad weather is like, whoa, what happened? That's weird. Well, to me, about a year and a half without seeing the sun, more than, you know, for a couple hours here and there, is something, some weather patterns have changed or something. Because I've grown up in the Vancouver area. I remember, you know, getting sunburns every year. I remember huge gardens full of green, lush growing plants, and that has changed. So I just thought I would document that. Anyone else from the Vancouver area, have you noticed this? You know, it's actually the Weather Channel and all the weather websites that I use all seem to say that the sun is coming in 2 to 3 days. You know, they have those icons. It's like rain, clouds, rain, then sun. So the sun is always just a couple of days around the corner here, but it actually never comes. So has anyone else noticed this in the Vancouver area? And if you're somewhere else, how's your weather been? Has your weather been typical the last year or two? Or have you seen some different weather patterns in your area? I'd appreciate reading your comments on that. And I think I'll leave the video for now. I'll do another silver video soon. I just thought I would mention the weather and give you a shot of how my garden is doing. We have great hopes for this garden this year. I've put, I don't know, probably several dozen hours into it, all told. And my hopes and my aspirations. But yet to see any fruit coming out of this garden. There's not even a flower on these things. I hear that in California the tomato plants are 6 feet tall and covered in luscious red fruit. So I know BC is not California, but I've grown a lot of tomato plants in this province, and last year and this year seem to be the exception. All right, talk to you soon, guys. Bye for now.